Okay, so you've probably seen one of these before, right? Even if it's been a while. That chunky, solid, compact flash card. But have you ever stopped to think why this relic from the 90s is still the go-to for so many professionals? I mean, think about it. We live in a world of teeny tiny SD cards and everything's on the cloud. So why on earth are professional cameras and heavy-duty industrial machines still using this thing? Well, it's definitely not by accident. And the reason why is frankly pretty awesome. The answer really boils down to one word: toughness. Absolute, rock-solid durability. Look, when what you're doing is mission critical, I'm talking a once-in-a-lifetime photo shoot in a blizzard or collecting irreplaceable data in some remote jungle, you need your storage to be like a vault, something that just will not fail. And that, right there, is the promise of the CompactFlash card.
So to really get why it's so tough, let's just go back to the very beginning. What is a CompactFlash card anyway? At its heart, it's a type of non-volatile flash memory. Non-volatile is just a fancy way of saying the data stays put, even when you turn the power off. But the real magic words here are no moving mechanical parts. That single fact is the foundation for its incredible strength. And get this is not new tech, not by a long shot. SanDisk hooked up the very first one way back in 1994. It was the king in the early 2000s. The fact that it's still a key piece of pro equipment almost 30 years later, man, that tells you everything you need to know about just how brilliant the design is. Okay, so what's the secret sauce? What gives this thing such incredible staying power? I mean, so many other gadgets have come and gone. Why is this one still the enduring workhorse? Well, it all comes down to a handful of features that are all about one thing: reliability. And what's really cool is how all of this works together. It's not just that tough plastic case. Inside, there's a little brain, the controller, that's constantly working to protect your stuff. It's doing things like fixing tiny errors on the fly and making sure all the memory cells get used evenly so the card lasts longer. You put all that together with huge storage capacity and steady performance, and what you get is a piece of gear built for the toughest jobs on the planet. Yeah, that idea of a vault really hits home. If you're a wedding photographer or a filmmaker, the images on that card they're priceless. You don't get a do-over. The data has to be safe. That's the kind of peace of mind the CF card has been giving people for decades. Let's actually look at them side by side, because you can see the difference immediately. The CF card, it's got that thick, solid shell. And look closely, the connection pins are tucked away safely inside the device, protected. Now look at the SD card. See those exposed gold contact pads? They're just out there, way more vulnerable to dirt, static, you name it. It's a completely different approach to design. All right, so how does this little tank actually work its magic? Let's take a quick peek under the hood. And don't worry, we're gonna keep this super simple. It really happens in 3 simple steps. First, your camera, or whatever powers up the card. Then that tiny onboard controller, the card's brain we talked about, takes over. It's the traffic cop. It tells the data where to go, fixes any errors, and spreads the workload around to make the card last longer. And finally, boom, the data gets written to the memory chips. The memory itself is a special kind called NAND flash. Now, the easiest way to picture this is to think about writing in a notebook. Instead of just scribbling random words all over the page, you're writing in nice, continuous lines. That's what NAND flash does with data. And that method is super efficient for massive files, like high-res video or a long burst of photos. Okay, here's something you gotta know. CompactFlash isn't just one single thing. The name has stuck around, but the technology inside has evolved like crazy over the years to keep up. You can kind of see the family tree here. The original cards, they used an old-school interface called PATA. Think old computer hard drives. Then we got CFast, which was a big step up to the SATA interface, which you'll find in a lot of modern drives. But today we have CF Express. And folks, this is a total game changer. It uses the same mind-blowingly fast PCIe and NVMe tech that you find in the SSDs of super high-end computers. And yeah, there are even special industrial-grade versions designed to survive just about anything. And this really shows you that whole evolution perfectly. On one side, you've got the classic standard, which is great, because it still works with legendary older cameras. But on the other side, you've got CF Express. That's the tech that lets modern cameras do insane things, like shoot 8K video or fire off photos like a machine gun. I love the analogy. It's the same tough, reliable body, but now it's got a Formula One engine dropped inside.
So where else do you find new things? I mean, besides a pro photographer's camera bag? The answer is actually pretty wild.
I'm talking aerospace and military gear, where they have to survive insane G-forces and temperatures. They're in hospitals, safely storing life-or-death patient data. They're the silent workhorses running factory floors, and they're out in the middle of nowhere collecting data for scientists. In every single one of those places, failure is just not an option. And all of that brings us to one last thought. The whole story of the CompactFlash card, it's a great reminder that sometimes the best tech isn't the newest or the flashiest or the smallest. Sometimes it's the one that was just built to last. It kind of makes you think, right? In a world where data feels so temporary and so much of our tech is disposable, what's the real value of something that's truly physically reliable, something you can actually count on?